Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. This is going to be a quick video, but we're going to take a look at the difference between the old discontinued Quin Gold from Daniel Smith in comparison to the new Quin Gold. A viewer, Paula, sent me this beautiful palette of Daniel Smith Primatech paints, and her reason for sending this was she reached out and she asked me if I have used the old version of Quin Gold and the new version and what I think about the difference. And I said, honestly, I have to admit, I've never tried the old version. So she shared her stash with me, sent me this generous palette of paints, including the old Quin Gold and the new Quin Gold. So I played around with it a bit. And here you can see it swatched there. I'm just going to put that there for reference. I played around with it for a bit, and I used it a little bit in some of the mixes on this iris, and I found both to work quite well together and quite well with other colors. I didn't really see a big difference, so then I decided to do a really big swatch, a long swatch. And on the old one, you can see as you water it down, it gets a little bit cooler in undertone, and as it's more mass tone, it's a little bit warmer. In the new version, I found it overall to be a warmer color, so I was wondering how it would mix with warm primaries and cool primaries. So I took the old Quin Gold here and I mixed it with a Quinacridone Rose and a Phthalo Blue, and I was just kind of seeing what sort of mixes I would get there. Beautiful greens here, kind of a peachy orange there. Not big surprise, because when you're using a cooler red, you're going to get more of a peach than a bright orange. And then when I mixed the new Quin Gold with the Quinacridone Rose and the Phthalo Blue, I got a more vivid green, which is a little bit surprising because the new Quin Gold does seem to be a little bit more orangey. But I think because of the addition of PY150 in this mix, it kind of it has a little bit more oomph when it's mixed. Paula actually went through the trouble of writing down all the pigment information. So the old original Quin Gold is PO49. That's no longer available because of they stopped making that pigment. It's a synthetic pigment. They stopped making it because there was no demand in the automotive industry anymore, and Art Supply is not a big enough buyer. So a lot of the companies just bought up lots of it so they'd have it, and Daniel Smith ran out a couple years ago. And to buy a tube of the old Quin Gold, you can pay $200 to $300 for a tube of it. It's crazy, versus like a regular tube of Daniel Smith 15 ml, which would go for around $15 to $20. So I mean, there are people that are devotees of that color, and they will splash out for the original. The new version is a combination of PO48 and PY150, and I thought I heard somewhere that PO48 might also be getting close to being discontinued, but I don't know. The new version, PY150, is a pretty acidic, bright green, kind of like or gold, a green gold kind of color, just very, very bright and acidic. So I think that's why where you get such nice greens with the new Quin Gold, because it's got that, one of those pigments is such an intense yellow, almost leaning towards green. But the PO48 has enough orangey undertones in it to pull the whole mix a little bit closer to orange. So then I decided I would see mixing these with a warm primary. So I used Pyrrole Scarlet and I used Ultramarine Blue. And I got really beautiful, rich, rusty oranges with the old Quin Gold. I got a decent orange with the new Quin Gold too. There's a little bit maybe more earthiness in the old version versus the new version, but I think they're pretty comparable. And then when you mix the old Quin Gold with Ultramarine Blue, you get kind of a khaki olive color, and with the new you get a very similar, maybe a little bit more saturated green, but I think that has to do with the PY150 as well. I think it's a great substitution. If I had my druthers, honestly, I have to say I like the new one a little bit better. I feel like it's a little bit more potent in mixes, but I was never a user of the old Quin Gold. I was never that was never one of my primary mixes. I think I had it from, I might have had some, you know, in a set of that pigment, but I was never like, it was never one I was really drawn to. I think the reason why I never was really drawn to it was that it kind of shifts undertone depending on how much you thin it out. And to me, I didn't really like that. I liked a little bit more of a reliable, like a warm yellow that's a warm yellow at mass tone, and a warm yellow when you dilute it, a cool yellow that's a cool yellow and strong at mass tone, and also a cool yellow when you dilute it, just for the sake of having reliable mixes. And I guess I don't get too fancy with my watercolors. I stick to I usually, and saying that, I know you're probably shaking your head because yes, I have an exorbitant collection of watercolors. But for my general painting and when I'm teaching, I'm sticking to 9 colors. I'm doing a split primary palette. And I'm doing, and I actually like the Daniel Smith Essential set for a split primary palette. And then I'm adding a sap green, a yellow ochre, and a burnt sienna just for convenience. But there's my comparison between the old and new Quin Gold. I think the new is going to replace the old in your mixing. I think it's going to do a very similar job. I can understand why people want to have the original, especially if, you know, you were introduced to that when you fell in love with the media, or you really rely on the mixes you get with, you know, there's thousands of colors out there, hundreds anyway. So maybe you love the way that interacts with your Prussian blue or your cobalt teal or whatever. There's probably certain reasons why you are used to that color and you love it. You love this, how it interacts with different colors, and you can reliably expect what you're getting with that because you're used to it. But if you're just kind of starting in, like, what's the fuss about? Should I try to, you know, lock down on one of those old tubes and see what I'm missing? I would probably recommend against it and just go with a new one if you want that color. Because, and the reason why I didn't seek out the old Quin Gold, and I had a viewer offer me a full tube of it because they stocked up when they heard it was going discontinued. But it's like, I don't appreciate it like you appreciate it. But I was very happy to get a half pan of it because I'm like, okay, I'll compare it and whatnot to see what I've been missing out on. But I didn't want to fall in love with something that I couldn't get, knowing that it was discontinued. I guess that's kind of how I feel about supplies. That said, there are some like Holy Grail supplies that if I could find them on eBay and they weren't like exorbitant, I would probably pick up. One of them would be the Neo Art pastels. The old ones, the old water-soluble ones. I would love to get a full set of those. I've never even tried them, but there's just something about them that seems like, oh, I think I would really like them. You know, there's a few things like that I would try to find, but for individual colors, there's usually a modern equivalent that's going to do a really good job, and I tend to paint pretty simply with simple colors, so maybe I'm not the best person to do a new versus old comparison. I'm sure there are others on YouTube. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do this, so look and see what other people have to say, especially people that are in love with that color. To me, I actually prefer the new one, but you know, it's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of Aurelian in the fact, and Aurelian's a little bit cooler, but Aurelian kind of has that shift in undertone or mass tone, depending on if it's mass tone or watered down. It's kind of interesting how some colors do that. It tends to be yellows a lot of time. But anyway, there's my new versus old comparison. We got the news on the bottom, the old's up top, old, new. Yeah, I hope you found it helpful. We should go like this. We should go like this, and then you can see what side you like better. Do you like this side better, or do you like this side better? I tried to be as fair as possible with how much water I added to the mix, and you know, tried to keep everything as equal as I could. I don't notice too much of a difference, but the difference I do notice, I like the new better. But lucky for me, I haven't fallen in love with something that's hard to get. Anyway, I want to thank Paula for sending me this challenge, and it was a lot of fun to check them out, and I hope it's helpful. At least maybe it helps you alleviate some of the FOMO if you maybe had the chance to purchase the old one and didn't, or thinking you missed the boat. I don't think you missed. There's so many beautiful supplies out there. Really, you don't have to worry about missing the boat. There's always something new coming along down the road, and there's probably so many hidden gems right in your own stash if you just want to dig through them and have a play. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye!